Hi guys, it's ASBYT and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are doing a versus video comparing the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus and Apple's current latest, because of course we do have a brand new phone from them coming, but right now their latest and greatest is of course the iPhone XS Max. Let's get to all of the juicy details now that we've seen exactly what the brand new Galaxy Note device is all about. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Straight away, both are beautifully designed, both are very premium. The iPhone feels a little bit heavier in the hand if that's something that's important to you, and also has a rounder appearance as opposed to the boxier design of the Note 10 Plus. Now if we just cruise around the outside, if we just cruise around the outside of the two devices, on the top we have nothing on the iPhone, whereas on the Note device we have, amongst others, the SIM card tray. If we flip to the bottom, we have the charging port, Lightning port on the iPhone, Type-C port on the Note, speaker grills, microphones, and the S Pen on the Note. This is one of the advantages of the Note device, is you do get that S Pen. If we flip to the right hand side, we have the power button on the iPhone and the SIM card tray as well. It is dual SIM, but one of them is an eSIM. On the Note, we have nothing. If we flip to the other side, we have the alert switch and the volume rocker on the iPhone, and on the Note, we have the volume rocker and the power button, which also works as your Bixby button as well, if you are a Bixby fan. Now, if we flip to the front, we have a flat display on the iPhone, the curved display on the Note. We have the punch hole cutout on the Note, and we have the, I would say, the dreaded notch. I mean, it's got a lot of flack. I can't say it annoys me that much, but I know it annoys a lot of people. It is a large one on the iPhone, whereas I think the Note does have a better appearance with just that punch hole cutout. Now, the iPhone does have 3D facial recognition in that notch, whereas on the Note you don't get that. It is just 2D. Both are very, very quick. It's more secure on the iPhone. Both are large devices, they're both about the same width. The Note is of course taller. We have a 6.5 inch AMOLED display on the iPhone XS Max, 2688 by 1242, and a PPI density of 458. Whereas on the Note, we have a 6.8 inch dynamic AMOLED display. It's Quad HD also at 3040 by 1440. With a PPI density of 498. HDR10 Plus on the Note, and it's also Gorilla Glass 6, whereas on the iPhone, it's simply the strongest glass on a smartphone yet when it was launched. No official specs for that. We've got max storage of 512GB on the iPhone XS Max, which is the same as on the Note 10 Plus. Expandable storage on the Note, non-expandable storage on the iPhone. Max RAM of 4GB on the iPhone, 12GB of RAM on the Note, a 3174 mAh battery capacity on the iPhone, a 4300 mAh battery capacity on the Note. Now, of course, looking at that on paper, it may seem that the Note has a far better battery than the iPhone, and while that may be the case, it is not quite as cut and dried as that, because of course both phones run with different operating systems, with different hardware, so it's something that needs to be tested in more detail. If you want to see that, let me know in the comment section below, and I will do my best to run those tests for you. Now, of course, we'll jump onto camera, and we have a dual lens on the iPhone, whereas we have a quad camera setup on the Note. The dual lens on the iPhone consists of two 12 megapixel sensors, one with f1.8, the other with f2.4 aperture on the rear. On the front, we have a 7 megapixel lens with f2.0 aperture, 4K at 60 frames a second video, and max video recording on the front facing camera, 1080. If we flip to the Note's quad cam, we have three main lenses, a 12 megapixel primary sensor with mixed aperture from f1.5 to f2.4. We have a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and we have a 16 megapixel ultra wide angle lens at f2.2 aperture. So of course we do get that additional wide angle lens on the Note over the iPhone, which doesn't have an ultra wide angle lens. Now, that fourth lens on the Note is a time of flight lens or a depth sensing lens, great for portrait bokeh shots. The front camera is a 10 megapixel lens, and on the whole, I was very, very impressed. 4K video at 60 frames a second on the Note, and 4K 30 frames a second on the front facing camera. So we do get 4K on that front camera, which is really, really impressive again from Samsung. For sure, in the front facing camera department, for video, Samsung is industry leading. Hi guys, I'm actually testing out the live focus on the video right now, and it's a work in progress, don't get me wrong, but certainly for this sort of technology, this is very, very impressive that you're going to be able to actually record video and have that blurred background. Like I said, still early days, I can see that now. If you're wondering what the tunes are, we're out on a rooftop.
in New York. Let me know what you think, and very interested to continue testing this as we sort of, continue to use the phone.
The implementation doesn't seem to be that great currently. It's possible we could see improvements in a future software update, because I think the end product could be so much better. Now, one upgrade on the Note is we also have UFS 3.0, a big feature in a lot of new smartphones. Fast charging on both, IP68 water and dust resistant on both. In terms of software, we're of course running iOS on the iPhone and Android 9 Pie on the Note, with Samsung's One UI skin over the top, which I am a big fan of. Now, if I'm being honest, I do use iPhones, I do use Android phones. I like both operating systems. They both have their pros, they both have their cons. I personally would say I use Android devices a little bit more than iPhones, but that's just simply because there are more devices that get brought out from different manufacturers, so it gives you more choice of the individual handset. On the flip side, Apple makes the hardware, makes the software, and everything works really, really well together. It's incredibly subjective. Let me know what you think in the comment section below between the two. Are you an iPhone user? Are you an Android user? And which are the pros and cons of both? Now, in terms of the SoC, we have the A12 Bionic chip from Apple, a really, really impressive 7nm chip. On the Note, we also have a 7nm chip in the form of either the Snapdragon 855 or in certain regions, the Exynos 9825. If you want to see speed tests, again, let me know in the comments and I'll try and do that for you. Now I'm going to jump onto one of the famous features that Note devices have, and that is of course the S Pen, the ability to take photos, etc. with that S Pen, which you can still do this year, but the main update is around Air Actions, which is basically gestures. Now, I generally do love using the S Pen, and it's something that I don't feel I need until I actually start using a Note device and I have that functionality and I can create notes, I can take photos, that it kind of all fits back in. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about these two devices. Are you an iPhone fan? Are you a Samsung fan? Are you neither, but are you intrigued by one or the other or both? Have you made your decision? Are you going to buy the brand new Note 10 Plus, or are you going to buy the iPhone XS Max, or are you going to wait till September for the iPhone 11? Like and share if you did enjoy this video and found it helpful. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you're new to the channel and want to be notified every time I post a video on anything tech. Pretty much daily content here on YouTube, news, unboxings, reviews. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. TP, peace out.